Well, Madrid's no longer about potential, it's about the proof. The semi-finals are getting settled in, only one more to be confirmed, and suddenly this tournament's very much become about a career-defining moment and opportunity for so many of those who are left, with only a few sitting at their expectations. We've got a breakout star coming up against a world number one, a lucky loser making history, a clay specialist in the form of his life, and a defending champion trying to hang on and hold his ground. As always, if you like your tennis content, make sure to like the video, hit subscribe on the channel, and stay locked in because Madrid is now at its sharpest point. Our first men's semi-final is locked. The full women's semi-final lineup has been confirmed. We only have one top 10 player remaining on the women's side in the final four. Multiple players chasing career best results, rankings jumps, and moments in history. On the men's draw, as we said, the semi-final is set. Two quarterfinals overnight. Baptiste defeated Yuri Lehechka, the 11th seed. The young Frenchman continues his rise, 6-3, 6-4, getting that strike-back revenge for the semi-final loss against the same man in Miami only a matter of months ago. He's now on a 9-match winning streak feast and marching forward at a hardcore rate. Didn't face a single break point in this one. He played right on the baseline, used his power, and dictated it with heavy ground strokes. This is a player who's now back from injury, in rhythm and setting a serious tone. And suddenly, he's starting to throw his name into the hat as a smoky for Roland Garros. On the other side of this matchup for the semi-final would be Jannik Sinner, the world number one. He defeated Rafael Hodar 6-2, 7-6. Saved 7 break points from Hodar, closed the second set with a perfect tie-break to love. The win streak now 21 matches and counting. Into the semi-finals at all 9 Masters events, chasing 5 straight Masters 1000 titles and extending that winning run at the Masters as well. He is absolutely flying. He looks almost bulletproof, Jannik Sinner. This is historic territory from the Italian. On Hodar, though, from world number 168 up to 34 live. The last few weeks have seen him a Marrakesh title, a Barcelona semi, and a Madrid quarterfinal. Take a bow, young man. Still only 19. This is just the beginning for him. And my, oh my, he is going to be a dangerous draw card at the French. The semi-final, Sinner versus Feast. We'll talk about it a bit more tomorrow, but it's red-hot form versus generational dominance. The youth and rising versus the world number one already at the crest. This is a big clash incoming. In terms of the women's side, the semi-finals are now locked. Anastasia Potapova made history. The lucky loser defeated Karolina Pliskova 6-1, 6-7, 6-3. Becomes the first lucky loser to reach a WTA 1000 semi-final in this format. Didn't get through qualifying unscathed, but has pushed it deep into the final four of the main draw. She's beaten Rybakina and Pliskova now. She's won 4 straight matches, and from 30 minutes before entry to the semi-finals, that is absurd. She marches on. She's going to have a big semi-final clash, where she'll take on Marta Kostyuk, the 26th seed, who defeated Linda Noskova, the 13th seed, 7-6, 6-love. Kostyuk 9-0 on clay this swing. That is huge. Best form stretch of her career. She took control in that first set tiebreak and completely dominated the second set, putting her foot on the throat, driving the accelerator home, and she is now pushing towards the top 20 on the live ranking, so watch her go. So the semifinals, Potapova, Kostyuk, Baptiste versus Andreeva, just one top 10 player left, and we'll get into those in a moment. Speaking of matches to watch, let's start with the men's quarters, the 2 remaining quarters. Casper Ruud, the defending champion and 12th seed, up against Alexander Blockx. Defending champion versus breakout star Blockx, just creeping inside the top 50 for the first time in his career. Ruud will stick to the structure, his clay patterns, his forehand weight trying to blast Blockx off the court. Blockx is fearless. He'll be attacking. He has nothing to lose. He is well beyond his station here, and if he gets another scalp along the way, well, it's just another feather in his cap. Ruud, he's scraping in, getting that title momentum, defense happening. Can he continue it? That's the big question. Blockx, he's already banked the biggest win of his career, 1 top 10. Now he can take down a former top 10 who sits inside the top 20 and the defending champion. It'd be a dream. It'd be a wonderful narrative, but I think Casper will find a way to get this done. I think it'll take him 3 sets. I think Blockx is going to come out of the blocks, pardon the pun, very rapidly, and then he'll get the first set, and Ruud will have to claw his way back. But he loves the graft. He loves the grind, Casper, and I expect him to get through to a semi-final here. Who he plays? Well, that's the next question. Flavio Cobolli, the 10th seed, comes up against Alexander Zverev. Zverev leads the head-to-head 1-0. Zverev chasing another deep Masters run. He's been Mr. Consistent this year, performing well at each of the major tournaments. Cobolli just came off the back of a win over Daniil Medvedev, so he knows he can take on the power, no doubt there. Zverev, he's going to look to that baseline control, his experience and leaning into aggressive up-tempo play. Cobolli, he'll be equally aggressive. He'll use his clay patterns and it be heavy on the forehand, trying to take on Zverev on the weaker side. Cobolli, he could break through into the elite tier with a win here. Zverev can start pushing towards that top two, closing that mountainous gap between himself and Carlos Alcaraz. I'm going to tip the upset here. I'm going to go Cobolli to get this one done in 3. A lot of logic suggests Zverev, but I just think that he's riding a momentum train at the moment, the young Italian. Would I be shocked if Zverev does it? No, absolutely not. But I just think there's something in the waters for the Italian, and we could see 2 of the 4 semi-finalists coming from Italy. We then have the women's semi-finals tonight too. Hailey Baptiste, the 30th seed, comes up against Mira Andreeva. Baptiste, the giant slayer after knocking out world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka. Andreeva, the last remaining bastion of the women's top 10 and a chance to continue to push her ranking higher. Baptiste is going to be athletic, aggressive, and riding that wave of belief. Andreeva's just got to stay composed, keep cool and calm, get the clean strike, and be tactically sharp. If she can lean into those angles, she should absolutely come out on top. The clay suits Andreeva a little better in terms of game style, but the Madrid pace, as we've talked about, is a little more like hard court, so Baptiste is still dangerous. Baptiste, a career-defining run. This is a deep, deep position for her as the 30th seed. Andreeva, this is her opportunity that's opened up for her biggest title push yet. I've got Andreeva getting it done in 3 sets. Again, similar to Blockx, I think Baptiste will come out riding the wave after her career-defining victory, but I think the momentum will be hard to maintain across all 3 sets and take a win against Andreeva, allowing she keeps her composure. The other semi-final, Marta Kostyuk up against Anastasia Potapova. Again, interesting one, this one. The Ukrainian up against the former Russian, now Austrian. Kostyuk, as we touched on before, the form player of the clay swing. Potapova is a lucky loser turned giant killer now. Kostyuk will use controlled aggression, build the points, and stay in the battle. Potapova will be emotional, attacking momentum-based. She'll want to get on top and turn the screws early. Both are very comfortable on clay. Kostyuk will be a little bit more structured in terms of her way of going about the points. She will try to build to an opportunity to hit that killer blow. Kostyuk, she's top tier on the clay at the moment, as we've touched on. Potapova's got momentum behind her and will be looking to shrug off another win. Kostyuk, for me, in 3 in this one. Really looking forward to seeing how this plays out. But that is our wrap and recap and look ahead. Madrid's reached its pinnacle. We are down to the last piece. There's only a few more days to run. The favourites are gone. The draws are starting to open, and now it's about who takes their opportunity. As always, if you love your tennis, make sure to hit like on the video, subscribe on the channel, and get involved in those comments. Let us know who wins it from here for you. Any smokies that can get through, or will it be those top seeds in Sinner and Andreeva? But Feast is surging, we know that. Sinner is chasing history. Kostyuk's in career best form. Potapova is rewriting a script that's never been there before. Stay locked in, because this is where careers can be made and history will be stamped. Thanks as always for tuning into your home of the black and white of sports. No grey opinions here on the Chris McPherson Show.